Good evening, friends. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first Monday Night Playalong Bluegrass Jam of 2024. I'm Tyler Grant, and despite popular belief, I am not Chuck Norris. So sorry, everyone who believes that. And I don't know, I don't even think I look like Chuck Norris, but I accept that, and you put us up side by side, and sure, you could see that, but it is interesting to me how many hundreds of people are compelled to tell me I look like Chuck Norris. Anyway, I'm trying to let that one go, but I think it's actually causing me a little bit of a little bit of trauma. So how's everyone doing on their resolutions? I hope everyone has had a good start to the year. It's a crazy world that we live in, but we're going to take a break from all that tonight, and we're going to get to some music. Okay, I'm going to have a look at the live streams and make sure we're up and running. And we're going to start this slow jam. Now, the theme of tonight, of course, is new songs, new tunes, new for the new year. And I thought that was important to kind of get us going on new habits, maybe breaking some of the old habits that are associated with songs and tunes we've been playing a lot, and also just to get some exciting new stuff in our repertoire, right? For me personally, it's important, and I figured it probably was for most of you all as well. So it is all new songs and tunes, except for a couple, like this one, which we did on the last jam of last year, which was December 28th. So, just double checking the live streams. Okay, Facebook is live. It looks like YouTube is also live. Okay, very cool. So the one we're going to start with is one that I introduced to you last session. Time Changes Everything. And in this set, there's that one and there's Remember Me, because I figure those are new enough, right? We've done them once. Pretty much everything else on this list is brand new to me. And a couple of them are, songs that I might have done ages ago, but they're not in my regular rotation and before, so that's the deal. So I've got a lot of lyric sheets to look at here tonight to help me through them, but I've gone through these songs pretty extensively and I feel good about leading you on the jam. And I just went way out of tune somehow, so I'm trying to fix that. So I should do a little brief description of how this works, because it is a new year. I've had lots of folks discovering this event on my YouTube channel and things like that. So the way it works is you're playing along with me, and I'm providing you solid rhythm, and I'm giving you a brief run through of each song. I'm not giving you a lesson on the song, but I'm going to show you the chord changes, and I'm going to use the number system to explain the chord changes. If anyone struggles with the number system, hit me up in a private message and I can either explain it to you or point you to a resource where you will become comfortable with that, because this is how we communicate in the bluegrass jams. And I'm kind of just setting this up like an instructor guided jam. So after I give you the brief run through of the song, I will give you the opportunity to kick it off. And it might be a brand new song to you, but this will put you on the spot and force you to come up with something. And if it's a song that you want to get better at kicking off means you play the melody in some decorated way to introduce the song. And if you want to come back to it, you can come back to it and learn it better for the next time. But this is the way jams work. You show up at a jam and you might know some of the songs, you might not know any of them, but either way, I'm going to help you to understand how to play along despite your level of familiarity with any of these songs. So So again, in summary, it's not a lesson. It's a simulated jam session. But I'm going to drop tidbits of educational stuff along the way. So here we go. Time changes everything. It goes like this, in the key of G. 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and a 5 and 1. 1 and 1 and 4 and 4. 1 and a 5 and 1. Okay. So my friend Joel, who's a member of this group, usually gives us timestamps after, he usually comes in like the next day, and then he'll drop some timestamps on the YouTube jam, and then I'll drop those into the YouTube channel. So folks who are coming back, if you're watching this thinking, how do I skip to the song? Just skip ahead to the song. I do a lot of talking on the live version, and I check in on the chats as well. So thank you, Joel, who's the real Jay Hizzy on the YouTube channel, for helping me with those timestamps and letting people skip right to the start of a song when they would like to. Because these all do exist on the page. They don't go away. You can come back anytime and find a song you want to play along with. So here's the click track. The click is always on the back beat. So a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just how I like to use a metronome. And the metronome is here to keep me as solid as possible for you to play along with. And you can just tune that out, or, I try to keep it as low of the volume as possible so it doesn't distract us, but it just keeps the tempo from rushing or dragging. Okay, so time changes everything. And I'll demonstrate that, and then I'll let you kick it off. So here's how I would kick it off. A 1, 2, 3. Okay, you ready? Go ahead and kick us off on Time Changes Everything. And after you kick it off, I'm going to sing a verse and a chorus, or a couple verses maybe, and then I'll take a break, and you're playing rhythm to me while I take my break or solo. And I'll cue you on that. I'll say I'll play it or something like that. And then the next time around, I will cue you to take a break while I back you up. Okay, that's enough explaining. Kick us off on Time Changes Everything in the key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. First verse. There was a time when I thought of no other, and we sang our own love's refrain. Our hearts beat as one while we had our fun, but time changes everything. When you left me, my poor heart was broken. It seemed that our romance was in vain. But those dark clouds are gone, and there's blue skies again. 'Cause time changes everything. I got it. forgot you. Mother Nature does wonderful things. I guess that it's true for me and for you, 'cause time changes everything. You can change the words of an old song, rearrange it and make it swing. I never thought I could stop loving you, but time changes everything. Play it. So good luck to you, may God bless you. I can't say I won't love again, but you've gone your way, and now I'll go mine, for time has changed everything. Okay. And that is the cue. I'll give a little dip of the headstock to cue the ending. And if we're going to tag it or sing the last line again, I'll do that. All right. So we're all caught up and we are off and running. The first song of 2024. I thought that would be appropriate. Okay. Next song, Hickory Wind. Great. This is a request. From Ava in Arcata. Good old song. I actually know this one. It's been a long time since I've done it, but it's all in there, and this is in 3/4 time. So I'm going to set the click this way. And tall pine. It's like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. So this song goes like this. It's in the key of G, but it starts on the 5 chord. So it starts on a D chord. So here we go. Here's how it goes. From the top. Da, 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 D is the 5, 4, back to 1. Same thing again. To the 5. Actually, 4. Back to 5. Not quite the same thing. Then to the 4. 5. Back to 1. And then the 6 minor. On to 5 and 1. And it does that little kind of walk down from a 4 chord. I don't really think of the chord as changing necessarily, but maybe it does. Maybe the bass note changes. But I always do that little at the end of the verse. So one more time. To the 5 and a 4. 4 and 1. Then to the 5. 4, 4 and 5. Then to the 4. Okay, so that was a long rundown, but it's a brand new one for the jam. And a song by Graham Parsons that bluegrass players do. The Seldom Seen did a great version of it with, of course, John Duffy singing the lead. But anyway, one that's not standard necessarily in the bluegrass standard song list. So here we go. That's how it goes. You're going to kick us off straight to the 5 chord in the key of G on Hickory Wind. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. In South Carolina, there's many tall pines, and I remember the oak tree that we used to climb. But now when I'm lonesome, I always pretend that I'm getting the feel of hickory wind. I started out younger, at most everything, all the riches and pleasures. What more could life bring? But it makes me feel better each time it begins. It's a hard way to find out that trouble is real in a faraway city with a faraway feel. But it makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home. Hickory Wind. Like when that came around in 1960, what year was Sweetheart of the Rodeo on the Byrds album? 65, 66. I mean, this was 1960s. Like, okay, that's been done. But dang it, like, have all the good songs been written? I don't know. That's one that I kind of wish, makes me wish I'd got to it first. But there's a lot of songs out there that are like that. Okay, so we'll do Sally Ann, and then I'll check in with everyone. So let me know where you are, what you're picking, how you're doing. This is for the banjo players, and of course for everyone else too. So I'm kind of basing this on Earl Scruggs' version of Sally Ann. I'm always trying to give something for the banjo players because we do a lot of fiddle tunes and stuff, and not all banjo players are into that. But this is one that everyone Sally Ann. In the key of G, it goes 1 1 4 4 4 1 1 1 4 4 and a 1 1 and 1 and 1 1 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. And then there's one more time that only the banjo does. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, da, 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 and then it starts over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of straighten it out right now, and we're going to cut off that extra B section. It's like a half of a B part that only when Earl's playing he would do on This Is From Foggy Mountain Banjo. And then all the other instruments, well, Paul Warren on the fiddle, I think it was the only other break on it, would play just a straight A, B, B. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep a straight A, B, B. So one more time. Da, 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 4, 4 and 4 and 1. 1 and 1 and 4. 4 and 4 and 1. 1 and 1 and 1 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 and 1. And then on to the next thing. Okay? So I'm going to kick it off. Instrumentals, I kick them off. It seems to make more sense to me. And you will back me up. And we'll go nice and slow. And we'll go twice through. So I'll go through the form A, B, B. You go A, B, B through the form. And then me again, same thing. And then you again, same thing. And then do a tag. Okay? So just twice through each. Here we go. Sally Ann in the key of G. 1, 2, I got it. 1, 2, 3. it around one more time. Me, then you again. One more time. Okay, cool. Also inspired, of course, by what would have been Earl Scruggs' 100th birthday, which just happened. They had a bunch of big celebrations all over the country and all over the world for that. All right, checking in with the crew. How we doing on Facebook land? Hello, Michelle Ruiz. Nice to see you in Edmond, Washington. Very cool. Hi, David Holtkamp, checking in from New Mexico. All right, David. Colin Burns in England. Good morning to you, Colin, up late with us as usual in the UK. Kevin, hello, Kevin in Charlotte, North Carolina. Very cool. And hello, David and Robin Rickert. Very cool. Thanks for being here. Jane Angel, new to the jam. Okay, Jane. Feel free to ask some questions, and others can help you. I'll be checking in this once, and then I'm probably going to be back just looking at the camera again. Okay, hello, Emmett Griffin. Great to see you. And let's see. Deb in Durango. Hello, Deb Pavick. Very cool. All right, moving on to YouTube land. We got Sandy holding it down in Bakersfield. I hope you had a good time at the Great 48, right? The big jam that happened last week, or was that the week before? Okay, anyway, I saw Ava sent a photo of the both of you. It was great to see that. Okay, hello, Brian J. Chile in Minnesota, playing guitar. Will Lane, very cool, picking along on the 5-string. All right, that song was for you, Sally Ann, in Berkeley, California. Will Lana, okay. Blake Addison, hey Blake, great to see you, picking on the old Martin guitar. Very cool. Marip, music. Went to the first jam this month. Very cool, all right. Getting into it, you got to get those feet wet. Hello, Carl Malley, stranded in Iowa. 20 below. Oh boy, I would give you some of this warmth if I could. I'm in Southern California right now. Thanks for being here, Carl. Gerald Henderson, joining from Fort Payne, Alabama, with a O Martin. Very cool. Robert Coughlin in Montgomery, Alabama, with the D28. Ava is here in Arcata. Dickie Derry, hello, and Drew in Tucson. Okay, thank you all for being here. Hope this is helping you. It helps me to do this event. And so I'll tell you why last week. So I wasn't available last Monday, had a guest in town. And then this was the plan to do tonight. And I'm going to India on Saturday. So I'm going to be in India for 3 weeks with the Bluegrass Journeymen, a group that does bluegrass performances all around India. So that's what I'm doing, and it wasn't really announced. It wasn't, I don't know if there's even been like an official announcement here. But I'm going to be in India with Patrick Fitzsimmons, Chris Elliott, Michael Rudolph, Nabanita Sarkar, and Andy Reiner. I believe that's all of us. But it's gonna be an adventure. Like I said, I hadn't really announced this because I'm kind of going into it not knowing. I know we have a handful of gigs, and I don't know if any of them are like I'm promoting or anything. But anyway, how about that? I'm going to India, so that's why this is going to be our one check-in for this month, and then I'll circle back with you in the future and let you know when we will get onto a regular program again, which I would like to. I like to do this on Mondays. Okay, moving on. Remember Me in the key of D. So this one goes like this. And a 1 and a 4 back to 1 and a 5 back to 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 5 back to 1. Chorus. To the 4 and 4, 4 and 1 and a 5 back to 1 and 4 and 4 and a 1 and a 1 and 5 back to 1. Okay? And the way we're going to do the breaks, you're going to kick it off on the regular verse form. So they're going to back down the tempo. This is definitely a slow song. Here we go. Go 1, 2, 3. I'll try that again. 1, 2, 3. So something like that, some version of the melody. And then, so that'll be the kick. And then I'll sing a verse chorus. And then I'll play that part, the verse. And then I'll pass it to you to play over the chorus. Because it's really fun to go up to that 4 chord and do your, like, you know. To play that melody over the chorus. So that first round of breaks, I will take the verse and you'll take the chorus. And I'll sing another verse chorus. Hope you're singing along too. And then the next round, you'll take the verse and I'll take it to the chorus. Okay? So we'll split the breaks up in that way. Okay, kick us off on Remember Me in the key of D. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The sweetest song belongs to lovers in the gloaming. The sweetest days are the days that used to be. The saddest words I ever heard were words of parting. When you said, "Sweetheart, remember me." Remember me when the candlelights are gleaming. Remember me at the close of a long, long day. It would be so sweet when all alone I'm dreaming, just to know you still remember me. I got it. take the chorus. You told me once that you were mine, alone forever, and I was yours till the end of eternity. But those vows are broken now, and I will never be the same, except in memory. Remember me when the candlelights are gleaming. Remember me at the close of a long, long day. It would be so sweet when all alone and dreaming, just to know you still remember me. Take a verse. A fairer face may take my place when we're apart, dear. A truer love with a heart more bold and free. But in the end, fair weather friends may break your heart, dear. And when they do, sweetheart, remember me. When the candlelights are gleaming, remember me at the close of a long, long day. It would be so sweet when all alone and dreaming, just to know you still remember me. Just to know you still remember me. It would be so sweet when all alone I'm dreaming. That's I've missed that one a couple times. If you're counting on me for the lyric, that one I looked up and I did a good bit of research on. And Roy Acuff is the earliest source recording I could find. But the performance is sort of run through the sort of Willie Nelson filter, because his version is my favorite. And I totally forgot to take my chorus break. So here's my chorus break. 1, 2, 3. Some Willie Nelson style guitar for you. Okay, moving on. I got this printed out today. Cuckoo's Nest. Not a new tune for me or for most of us, but I don't know if we've ever done this at the Jam. If we have, it's been a long, long time. So I just thought something that might be a little bit familiar to some of you, but perhaps not. So we're going to do this as an instrumental. And I'm going to keep it nice and slow for this one. So in the key of D, we got one, that's the melody note. A 1 and a 5, flat 7. 7, 4. Okay, so flat 7 is a C chord. So it goes D, A, C, G. So that's an explanation there. So when you hear that flat 7, you'll know in this key it's a C chord. So one more time. And a 1 and 1 and a 5 and a flat 7, 4 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and 5 and 1, 1 and a 1, 5 and 5, flat 7, 4, 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5 and 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, 1 and 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and 5 and a 1. Again, the B part. Da 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 da. Flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, 1 and a 1, 1 and a 4, 5 and a 5 and 1. There it is. So I'm going to kick it off, and I'll play it once through, then you play it once through, then me again, then you again. So just twice each through the form on Cuckoo's Nest in D. Here we go. I'll kick it off. I went ahead and tagged it for you. How about that? Okay, cool. Cuckoo's Nest. I was going for one of these high things. I used to have a... cross string thing, so I totally biffed that on my second time through, so I hope you didn't mind. A couple missed notes on this end. It's just real, right? Just like at a jam. Okay, Blues Stay Away From Me in the key of A. Now this one exists in this slow jam. This is kind of going to be like the original Delmore Brothers version. And then it exists later in the fast jam as the very last song. And that's going to be like the fast bluegrass version, right? So, this kind of lines up with my lesson that I try to impart on everybody when I do these, that I want everyone to come back for the mid-tempo jam, and even for the fast jam. Even when it's going by blazing fast. Like I'm going to play this. And even if it's going, you can still go. You can still play the same stuff as you're playing in the slow jam. Most of the time, there's a way to adjust your playing to make it work. And then ultimately, in the long run, with time and practice, you'll be able to actually play some of the fancy licks and busy stuff that I like to try to play at fast tempo, or at least mid-tempo. So work on your tempos. Work on increasing your tempos, because bluegrass music can go by fast. So this is just going to be a regular, nice slow version. Even slower. This is a slow, bouncy thing. Even slower than that. Like their version of the original version of this is real slow. Stay away from me. Let's do that. So it's a 12-bar blues, which means it's in the key of A. It goes 1 and a 1 and 1, 4, right back to 1, and a 5, back to 1. My kickoff might go something. That's all it is. So go ahead and kick it off in the key of A. Blues Stay Away From Me. A 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Blues, stay away from me. Blues, why don't you let me be? I don't know why you keep haunting me. Love was never meant for me. True love was never meant for me. It seems somehow we never can agree. I got it. don't mean a thing to me. Time goes by, and still I can't be free. Play it. I'll play one now. Play another one. Blue, stay away from me. Blues, why don't you let me be? I don't know why you keep haunting me. Hey, there we go. So with the fast jam, it's going to be like, "Blue, stay away from me. Blue," but you can still like play the same stuff and let the rest of us play fast. If you want to get into that and start getting the flavor and the feel for how that goes, I'd encourage everybody to give it a try. Nothing to it but to do it. Okay, Voice on the Wind. Now, I was thinking of climbing up a mountain. That popped in my head because I do a lot of hiking, and I love that song. And I brought it up for this upcoming India trip, thinking, hey, so long of a journey, right? Climbing up a mountain, like, right? Let's do this in India. That would be really cool. And then I was listening to that Hot Rise live album. It was kind of like a reunion that they did. It's one of the last, I think it's the last live recording released with Charles Sattel still alive. And it's so good. And their version of, and then this song popped up on that album also. And that's what inspired me to bring this up. Just a great song from Tim O'Brien, Voice on the Wind. So this goes in the key of A. And a one, and a one, and a one, and a four, right back to one, back to the four, back to one, and a five, back to one. That's it. So the way, let me find a tempo. Almost like a blues rock beat, you know, not necessarily a bluegrass rhythm, but it's got that kind of rollicking do 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 and a three and a four, that kind of groove to it. So I might kick it off like 1, 2, 3. Now, it might seem a little bit confusing on the melody because the melody goes to the third of the key when the 4 chord is happening. And I always tell people in bluegrass and in improvisation, like, unless it's this very context, avoid that. You want to flat the 7th or flat that 3rd. to make it a 7. And that's usually what we do in bluegrass music, because it's usually kind of bluesy. This one, absolutely not bluesy in any way. Now, Charles Sawtelle plays a very bluesy break on that live album, so I digress there. But the melody has no blues in it at all. The melody is lush and pretty and has extended chord tones. So when you hear that third over the 4 chord, it creates a a D major 7 chord. And it creates a major 7 of that 4 chord. And then back to the 1, and then he does this one. This 5th of the key over the 4 chord. So that creates a 9, a D9 chord, or D add 9. So both of those things are colored tones. So if you play the straight melody, you'll just hear that. But if you're looking for ways of like working it into your chord or your roll, you might have to think about that for a moment. And think about the major 7 chord and the add 9 chord. Or just don't think about it at all and feel it out. Okay, either way, you're going to kick us off on Voice on the Wind in the key of A. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. As I looked out that beach of sand, I looked at the sea from the edge of the land, watched the seabirds fly where the ocean roars, and I wonder why my heart's so sore. Your love has gone, on the wind, as sweet as the song on a violin, as sad as the sky on a starless night, or the tear in your eye in the pale moonlight. I got it. The seabirds cry out over the waves, I sit inside by their happy days, and lonesome there my heart did pine, for a love that lasts till the end of time. Your love has gone, set a voice on the wind, as sweet as the song on a violin, as sad as the sky on a starless night, or the tear in your eye in the pale moonlight. Play it pretty now. From the edge of the sea to the end of the sky, where does love go as the years roll sure as the shore is kissed by the sea. Your love is gone, said a voice on the wind, as sweet as the song on a violin, as sad as the sky on a starless night, or the tear in your eye in the pale moonlight. Doing my best Tim O'Brien impersonation for it. That's actually the first time I've ever sang that. Most of all this I went over, and this one I didn't have time to because I know how it goes, but it was interesting to see what would happen when I went to that high note. I'll keep working on that. How's everyone doing? We still here? Great. We're still live. We got folks on YouTube. We got folks on Facebook. Very cool. All right. I'm going to move on because we're running out of time here. We got one more song on the slow jam, and then we will get on to the mid-tempo jam in about 10 minutes from right now. So it'll be a quick turnaround at quarter till the hour. And this is just a song I've always loved, but I've never quite committed to it. And this is one of those songs, the reason why I haven't committed to it is because it has different choruses every time. Like Grandpa Jones does this, and there's other songwriters from that era who just can't. Each chorus is different, and I tend to avoid songs like that because it's a lot of memorization, and they don't necessarily go over at jams because people don't know the chorus because it's different every time. But anyway, I just absolutely love this song, and I finally got into it. And raining here this morning. Or simply known as It's Raining Here This Morning. And let's find a tempo. And let's see here. Now I got into a few different versions of this. I checked out the original Grandpa Jones version. I checked out the Stanley Brothers. I checked out the Dillards. And I checked out the Blake and Rice. And this is kind of like pretty true to the Grandpa Jones version, but, you know, bluegrassed up a little bit with influences from all those other versions. So in the key of E, it goes 1 and 1 and 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and 1 and a 4. 1 and a 5 and a 1. And then the chorus goes to the 4 chord. 4 and 4, 1 and a 1. 4 and 4 and 1 and a 5. 1 and 1 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. So that's how we're going to do it. Straight ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and just let you kick it off, okay? Because we're running out of time here. And you're kicking it off on a verse. When we do the breaks, let's trade, okay? So I'll take the first break on a 1 chord, and then on the verse form, and then I'll pass it to you to play over the chorus, which goes to the 4. Next time around, we'll switch that, okay? Kind of like we did on Remember Me. So here we go. Raining, raining, raining here this morning. Just play some version of that melody. In the key of E. Here you go. You're kicking us off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's raining, raining, raining here this morning. As I sit in jail and hang my head in shame, with a smile I try to greet each early dawning. But they've given me a number for my name. Many little got it? Take it to the fourth chord. How I wish that I could see my little darling and hold her in my arms just like before. I used to tell her every day I loved her, but now she doesn't love me anymore. She knew that I was guiltless of this one crime, said that she'd be waiting there for me, but she has found somebody else to wander where the Mississippi flows on to the sea. Take it. Oh, it's raining, raining, raining here this morning, and I am just as weary as can be. I wish that I could follow all the raindrops down the Mississippi toward the Silver Sea, but there's no way to prove that I'm not guilty. So I will have to suffer all the shame. Go and tell me for her little raindrops that they've given me a number for my name. Okay, well, it's a start on all these songs. It's fun to get into new stuff. So thank you all so much. Appreciate the donations as always. I just appreciate you being here and staying engaged. So I'll be right back in about 2 minutes for the mid-tempo jam. Okay, I'll see you then. You'll need to refresh the page. I'm coming back on a new video.